What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another World of Warcraft video for the War Within. Now today I want to give you guys an early look into my gold making plan for the War Within, and I will be emulating a lot of what I did for Dragonflight here, so if you watch my streams or videos back then, you might have an idea of my gold making plan, but even if you haven't, well, we're going to go through everything in this video, and the reason why I want to make this now, like 1 month before the release, is that some of the things I'm doing requires a little bit of pre-work, like leveling characters, getting professions ready, and just doing all of that stuff on the back end to get ready for the expansion. So if any one of you guys wants to do the same thing as me, well, now you have a little bit of time to set things up before the expansion comes out. Now, real quick, if you want to have a even deeper insight into gold making in the War Within, check out my War Within Goldmaking Guide through the link down below, where I deep dive into every single profession, how to make gold with that profession, like tailoring gold making, alchemy gold making. We even touch on how to spend your concentration points and do inspiration and stuff like that. Well, not inspiration, but ingenuity in the War Within, and we specialize into where to put your specialization points to maximize the gold you can make from professions. Now, that's only like from professions. You also have different gold farms out there. You have cloth gold farms, skinning gold farms, and a pretty interesting inscription type of farm as well that you can also do. We're also going to be talking about specific ways to make gold as well in the War Within, so if you want to have access to all of that, check out my gold making guide. Buying this guide also gives you access to an exclusive gold making community where I share early access to videos, exclusive videos, and exclusive gold making information. In Dragonflight we had people making 20 million gold plus that I still have screenshots of the feedback of, which is amazing, and we found so many ways to make some of the best gold in the game ever in Dragonflight, and we're hoping to find that over again in the War Within as well. So if you want to have, if you want my help to make more gold in the War Within, and you want to support me at the same time, check out that gold making guide. Right now you can get it for half price by using the code Solheim, and to sweeten the deal a little bit extra, when you buy my War Within gold making guide, you also get the Dragonflight one for free. That way you can use the Dragonflight one to make gold right now while waiting for the War Within. Now, the Dragonflight Goldmaking Guide also has some steady gold farms you can do throughout any expansion really, even 6 months down the line. So you get 2 guides for the price of 1, and you get early access to videos, exclusive videos, and I really do make it my goal to help you guys make as much gold as possible. So once again, if you want to check it out, the link will be down below in the video description and the pinned comment. Now, one final shout out is that I have also become a Zygor affiliate, which means that if you are using Zygor, if you're not using Zygor, either way you can use my affiliate code now, which is SolheimTV, to get a 20% discount, and using my link, clicking the link down below for Zygor, does help me out and gets you access to one of the best add-ons in WoW. I am thoroughly amazed at what this add-on has to offer. It helps you make gold, helps you farm reputation, transmog items, any collectibles really, and has a questing guide. There's so many things built into one add-on here. It is absolutely ridiculously good, and like, I would say that regardless, but I'm also an affiliate, but this add-on really has so much to offer, and if you're planning to check it out, well, once again, my discount code will save you 20%, so feel free to use it. Either way, let's move on and talk about my gold making plans in the War Within, and I am currently playing in Dragonflight, and I'm doing this for a reason. I want to show you guys one of the characters that I'm trying to basically emulate when the War Within comes out, and I'm doing this on my tailoring plus alchemy character from Dragonflight. So what I'm talking about from this character's perspective is the ability to craft things on a cooldown. So cooldown crafting, specifically from tailoring and alchemy. And talking about tailoring, we have Azure weaving and chrono cloth or time weaving from Dragonflight, and you made a lot of gold from doing this by crafting Azure weave bolts and chrono cloth bolts. I set up this character really early in the Dragonflight expansion, and even though that took a lot of time, where I could have made tens of thousands of gold per hour while setting that up, I instead made about 500 to 1000 gold every single day from that character, but it took me about like 12 hours to set up. And 12 hours 1000 gold per day, you don't really break profits until you've done that for about 100 days. But after those 100 days, well, like compared to gold per hour values, right? So it would be better if you need gold right now to farm gold instead. But what I'd really like about professional crafting and cooldown crafting is you're doing a lot of work in a short period of time to reach the amount of knowledge points you need to have to maximize profits. And once you reach that point, you reap the benefits of your work for months, even years to come. Like for example, this character right here, I have reaped profits from pretty much every single day for the entire expansion. Now obviously the profits have been going up and down, but it's still been profitable pretty much all the time, and it's been a really easy way to just log in, make a gold, log out. You log in, click one button, like if you have 30 crafts, you log in, click create all, go AFK for 1 minute, and then you have everything. Post them on the auction house, log out. And that way you make like 1000 gold per day plus. And the thing about this is it's really scalable. You can put in work into one character. When that's done, start character 2. When that's done, start character 3. Alternatively, do all of them at the same time. Like tailoring specifically, you have to put in a bunch of knowledge points to make this worth it for you. That is being done through weeklies. You can do weekly quests for knowledge points, and that's the same in the War Within as well. So tailoring for chrono cloth crafting, even though it's called something else in the War Within, which I'm going to show you in a little bit by the way exactly what to go for. I just want to talk about it from a Dragonflight perspective of what I did in the past, and we're doing the same thing, but with different materials in the War Within, and they also require less knowledge points, which is pretty important to know as well. Now we also have Alchemy, where you can focus on alchemical theory, and increase your throughput from transmutes. Now this character right here was not always a transmuting character, but we do have a lot of points to spend right now to get even more whenever we're doing transmutes. And transmutes has also been a way to just get daily gold by logging in, creating all your stuff, and logging out. It's just been a super easy way to make a lot of gold. Now, before you start making that gold, you do have to put in some work once again to get to the amount of knowledge points that you want to have. For transmuting, it's really easy, or it used to be. You only focus on resourcefulness, and you wanted to have the second subspec for even more resourcefulness while doing transmutes, and being able to do transmutes even faster as well. So yeah, less knowledge points required for transmutes, way more for tailoring. That took weeks to set up, and that's weeks of doing pretty much everything. We hunted treasures, like this is the build that I went for from the first or second month of Dragonflight, where we put in 90 knowledge points right here, and we put in another 66 knowledge points here, and we put in way too many knowledge points over here as well in draconic needlework. And after that we have literally just logged in and reaped profits. I even stopped doing weeklies. I hit a point where I was making okay gold and very decent gold, and I just took the passive gold. Now let's swap this over to the War Within to give you specific examples of exactly what I'm doing, because now you know where I'm coming from and what we have done in Dragonflight to set things up. And once again, the reason why I'm talking about this now is that you want to set up characters with alchemy plus tailoring before the expansion comes out. Now skilling up alchemy and tailoring will not be a problem because you don't need to. You just need to grab them. You don't even need that really, but you need to have the profession slots available to pick up alchemy and tailoring. And then when the War Within comes out, you once again don't need any skill points. You just pick up Cass Oligar Alchemy and Cass Oligar Tailoring at the launch or as soon as you can. Now, this is the scalability that I talked about. You can have one character making 1000 gold per day. Let's just use 1000 as a number here, even though it could be more, it could be less, but I'm thinking 1000 should be about good enough. So 1000 gold per day if you have one character. If you have 2, you make 2000 gold per day. If you have 10, that is 10,000 gold per day. And if you have 20, that is 20,000 gold per day. At the launch of the expansion, I'm expecting that profitability to be way more. So 5,000 gold per day, one character. 10 characters, 50,000 gold per day. From logging in and clicking a button and just creating all. Tailoring plus alchemy. level up your alts, right now is the perfect time to do so. We have the Mist of Pandaria remix, the pre-patch is around the corner, might even be out now, but the pre-patch will be reducing the amount of experience required to level up, and the Mist of Pandaria remix leveling is already super fast, so leveling in the pre-patch will be incredibly fast, so you can set up an alt army to make gold passively, easily in the brand new expansion. Now, once again, it will take a lot of work to get the knowledge points required, but thankfully in the War Within, some of the knowledge points, they come from Renown, and in the War Within, Renown is warbound, so you have the warbind system coming in the War Within, and you can get a lot of knowledge points from those reputations, and they are all account-wide, so doing the content on one character will give you those rewards on all your characters, so arguably making an alt army right now, specifically for cooldown crafting, is way easier than it has been in the past. Now, you still want to do your weekly quests for those knowledge points, for sure, like weekly quests are still important, but you can get so many free knowledge points at the start by farming rep on one character, because that rep is now going to be account bound. So when it comes to the War Within, we have the same type of cooldown craft for tailoring specifically, where we have one type of light bolt and one type of dark. We have Duskweave bolt and we have Dawnweave bolt. As you can see, I have 30 out of 30 available crafts for Dawnweave, and we have 30 out of 30 for Duskweave as well. Now, a really important thing to note here. Yeah, so my cat just stepped on the keyboard and hit the pause there, but what I was saying was that what you really want to note is that they have separate crafts, just like they did in Dragonflight, crafting a couple of Dawnweaves here if we craft right here. So we now have 27 out of 30 available crafts for Dawnweave, right? Going to Duskweave, we still have 30 out of 30. They are separate individual crafts with separate individual cooldowns. Now, once again, you can go into specialization points to increase the profitability you make here, and you also have to go into certain specialization to learn how to use them. So you can first of all learn from dawn until dusk, and when you learn this, you can learn the next subspec, so for example Dawnweave, and when you learn Dawnweave right here by learning this spec, you will then learn how to make Dawnweave bolts, and the more points you spend here, the better you will be at making Dawnweave bolts, like you will make them at higher quality, and you will get various bonuses while making it as well, like skill, ingenuity, and stuff like that. Then specializing further, you can learn how to increase the amount of charges that you have, and increase the speed of which they recharge, basically being able to make more of them, and making them even faster. Right? And then here's the thing, if you want to learn the second subspec, you have to max this out. So you learn the first subspec without putting any knowledge points in. Then to learn the second one, you have to put in 30. And then you have to max this one out as well and max that one out. So to maximize your profits, you really want to max out this entire tree right here, which will be 130 knowledge points by itself, and then you can go into various other trees as well, which I've covered in my tailoring goldmaking guide, to increase that profit even more. But the TLDR is you want to spend knowledge points into from dawn until dusk, and then you want to start making passive gold. Now, you can start making even more passive gold in the War Within, because we now have concentration, which also recharges over time. So you have these charges, they recharge over time, you have concentration that recharges over time, and as you can see, recipe difficulty to get quality 3 is 630. I have currently put in every single knowledge point that I can. I have put in about 600 knowledge points in tailoring. We are still not even close to maxing these bolts out. We are on 470 out of 630. Now, sure, I am lacking some tools that would give me more skill, but let's just assume that we get 30 more skill from tools and accessories, which we're not going to do, but let's just assume. That would still put me at 500 out of 630. So to be able to guarantee rank 3 bolts, you have to use your concentration, and at the moment that is 168 to make quality 3. So you can start making even more gold with your gold making army by, first of all, crafting a cooldown craft, and second of all, using your concentration, a daily limited resource, to improve the quality of your already cooldown craft. We just have so many systems making cooldown alts even better in the War Within, and I'm really looking forward to it. So my personal gold making method will be to have a cooldown gold making alt army based on crafting cooldowns. The most profitable profession here will probably be tailoring. I'm saying that right now, and I'm pretty sure it will be, but alchemy also works. It's just that transmutes have been, they've been reworked slightly. Instead of having elements, we now have different types of materials, and being a transmuter, you can start obtaining transmutagens, which you can then do more transmutes with. Going over to transmutes, for example, just to give you a couple of examples, you can transmute volatile transmutagen from ominous ones and mercurial ones. So you can just transmute all of them into whatever you need, but they're all bound on pickup. That being said, you can also obtain something called a gleaming transmutagen, which you can then further, like this is also bound on pickup by the way, like all of the transmutagens, they're bound on pickup. You find them as an alchemist and you use them. And you can use them to make a gem, a tradable crafting reagent, used by, for example, jewel crafters to make gems. It's an epic gem after all. You also have Gleaming Chaos, using Gleaming Transmutagen to convert them into an assortment of random materials that can then be further sold. And as you can see, we have 8 out of 8 available crafts, and the more talent points or more knowledge points you put in here, the more points or the more crafts you will have available, and the faster they will recharge. So you can also make some gold with alchemy by doing transmutes, but I do think that the cooldown crafts from tailoring will be even better in the War Within than they used to be, and it's also because we have concentration to spend. When it comes to transmutes, there's no real point in using concentration, you can't even use it. So these don't give you the ability to use concentration, so concentration doesn't really apply to transmutes, sadly, but they do apply to tailoring. So a very quick TLDR on what I'm doing here is leveling up characters with alchemy plus tailoring to level 80. You don't even have to do that by the way, but there are some benefits of being level 80, and then start doing cooldown craft. Now, having played the beta, the weekly quests are available from level 70 or 71. I was able to pick up the herbalism and mining weekly quest, for example, on a level 71. I was also able to pick up leatherworking and skinning at level 71, so we have a crafting profession as well at level 71. That means that you probably don't have to be level 80 to get the weekly quest for profession knowledge points, so you can start having gold making alt armies even at level 70 and level 71, even though there are some benefits to being level 80. But then again, the warbound feature also makes it so all of the renown levels are also account wide. Alt making, like gold making alt armies, are potentially better than they have ever been, because more things are account bound, and that makes me super excited. So my plan is to go all out on my gold making alt army, level up as many as I can using the Mr. Pandaria remix event right now, combined with the pre-patch, and making sure that they are all specialized into tailoring plus alchemy as much as you can. Now, I have a video talking more about profession combinations when it comes to which race to be and which professions to have on what race, but when it comes to these two professions specifically, I'm just gonna spoil that. Go Goblin for Horde, and go Kultiran for the Alliance. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like down below, and let me know your gold making plan in the comments as well. My gold making plan will be a little bit less lucrative from the start, but will definitely compile itself over time, and one of the things that I like is the stackability, or like it. Yeah, it builds upon itself, it compounds upon itself. and you just put in a little bit of work at the launch of the expansion when everything is hype anyway, and then you set up a passive gold making machine that you can reap the benefits from throughout the entire expansion, and if you do enough work and set up enough characters, you can literally play the game for free by logging in and clicking one button every single day, or even every couple of days when you have fuller charges on your crafts. Like you can log in once every 3 days, do all your crafts, sell them for profit, and literally play the game for free through WoW tokens, which that's a really cool element to me. Either way, once again, let me know your gold making plans in the comments down below, and check out my War Within Goldmaking Guide for access to more gold making info and early access to gold making videos and gold farms as well. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If it was, leave a like down below. Thank you so much for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I will see you again in the next video very soon.